Hey up troops, Alyttleton here with another video, and how many times has this happened to you?
We have been eliminated.
It's happened to me enough times in the past anyway, so much so that this video is all about 5 bad habits that we need to stop as Siege players. Now, some of these you might think, oh, I don't do that anyway, in which case they're not for you, but I'm sure there's something in this video that all of us as Siege players do, because we just grow bad habits over time. It's natural, really. But these 5 things are just 5 ways that you can improve if you just stop doing them, basically. I think that's probably enough waffling. Let's get stuck into it. So the first thing we're going to talk about is what people do with windows when they're about to drone a room that has no drone hole. So if we're talking about games here, obviously it's not relevant because there's a drone hole. If you wanted to go into games, you wouldn't touch the window, you'd go straight through the drone hole. However, up in library, it's a different story. There's no drone hole at all. So you're going to have to do something with the window to get a look inside. So what you tend to see players do is they'll come to the window and they'll either shoot it out or they'll hit it 3 times. They'll throw the drone and they'll start droning the library out. And what that just invites is for defenders who are playing here or just playing to the side of the window is they hear the window get shot down, they know the window's open, they hear the drone get thrown, they hear the sound of this, which is the classic sound of somebody going on the drone, like on the phone itself, not just throwing the drone. And as soon as they hear that, they'll just jump out and kill you whilst you're on the drone. That just is inviting that play by opening this window. If we use this other window as an example, all you need to do is hit the window once, and your drone will... Not that one, sorry. Your drone will fit through there. And you can still drone this room while staying somewhat protected. Because if we're a defender... Let's run around to the other side quickly. If we're a defender in here now, we can't jump out of this window. We're going to have to punch the window at least once and then jump out, causing another big sound cue to get out. So we're going to have to go like that and then like that to get out. At that point, you're going to get that sound command from your drone whilst you're on the drone. And you're going to know to get off the drone pretty sharpish. So just think about it. When you're about to drone a room, if you're going to drone this area here, I haven't actually got a drone. Let me just jump it outside. You're going to drone down in mudroom here. Don't just open this window to begin with. Punch it once, generally at the top as well, because then you don't create a line of sight on yourself. Throw the drone through the gap. Drone what you need to drone. If it's clear, yeah, lovely, smashing, in we go. Don't make it easier for the defenders to run out on you by opening the windows before you drone. However, there is another side to this, and this is the beauty of Siege all the time, right? There is a clip that I'm going to show you in just a second where if you know there's a defender in this room, you can bait them into doing what I've just said there. So you can punch this window 3 times, you can drone, hear the sound of the drone going on the floor. Although you need advanced drone deployment for this to work. Let me grab the other drone. You need advanced drone deployment for this to work. So you need it so where you throw the drone, but you don't actually go on your cam like this. That's advanced drone deployments. So you can be outside a window and you can be like, right, okay, throw that on the floor. They hear the sound of the drone being thrown. The drone being thrown, that's poetry. And they jump out. And you're ready for them to jump out. There's a clip I'll show you now. Roll the clip.
Should we drone bait him? Every single fucking time. Every single time.
So there we go. We can work in your advantage if you know that there's someone in there. But don't get caught out by making it easy for the defenders by getting rid of the whole barricade, chucking a drone in there, and then you get caught with your pants down whilst you're on your phone. Okay, so this next one is something that it annoys me so much in Siege. I have to be honest with you guys. It frustrates me so much. This isn't really for solo queue. If you're solo queuing, it's pretty difficult to do this unless you've got a team that's willing to work with you. But the second thing is wasting drones and not acting on the information on drones. So if we drone into break room here and we drone around into CC or security, and you'll see at this point we go, oh, there's a bandit in bunker, or whatever you want to call this area here. Most people call it bunker. In bunker. You see there's a bandit there, right? The minute you come off that drone, that bandit's going to shoot that drone of yours, right? Because it's right in front of him. And unless you've got a teammate that can act on that information, by the time we go like this... Like, where's that bandit now? Do you think he's still going to be sat in bunker after you know he's just been droned out? At the point that you do that, I'm just going to jump onto the other PC for a second. Just before I do, let's just have a quick look at this drone again. Let's pretend the bandit hasn't shot it out. Note there's a rotate behind him as well, right? So we're off the drone. The bandit shoots the drone in our hypothetical exercise. And we've shot down the door, and now we're about to walk through the door, and where's the bandit? Well, now he's there. And then pop back to the other side. Now he's back in bunker. However, if we don't have a teammate to act on that information, by the time that we get here and we think the bandit's in bunker, the bandit won't be there anymore. The bandit will have moved on. You've got to have a teammate that, like, the information in Siege is only good for about 2 seconds. And even then, 2 seconds is a long time for information, right? You've got to have someone who's willing to push in with the drone. And again, this doesn't work in solo queue, but if you're stacking, there's no excuse not to do this. Is to have someone following your drone. So when you say there's a bandit in this position, you can act on it straight away. If you say there's a bandit in bunker, your drone's there, or there, sorry. And the bandit shoots the drone, and as soon as he shoots the drone, you're there to take advantage of the information. If you're waiting 5-10 seconds to try and do something with that information, 99 times out of 10, well, that information's wrong. Make sure you're up to date with acting on the information. This leads me on to point 3, and we'll sort of keep the same clip going for point 3 as well, and that is red pinging. I've mentioned this in a video previously. Please don't be the guy or the girl that's walking around or droning around the map going like this. Just constantly scanning. Oh yes, we got a red ping. Yes, there's 10 points. Yes. Now that bandit knows that there's a drone in this room. If you just jump up here, right, let's just pretend we're going to try and put a pre-placed drone in here. Jump up here, and we want it on this cabinet over here. We go, right, okay, sweet. I don't think it'll red ping him there. Oh, it will. Okay, cool. All right, sweet. Right, we'll just carry on red pinging him. What for? You get nothing for it other than you're just letting him know that there's a drone in this room. You gain nothing for it. The red ping gives me no more information than that does. The yellow ping gives me just the same information. There's a person there. And I'm pretty sure when everyone's playing these days, a yellow ping, because, I mean, if I can... Oh, I can't place gadget on the floor because it's a bandit battery, but if I was to place a gadget on the floor, you can ping the gadget. You wouldn't, when you yellow ping a gadget, it actually pings the gadget, so you know that's not a person. It gives me no more information other than giving the enemy a hand. The only way it's good is at the end of the round when there's like 10 seconds left. You want the enemy to know you're watching them. You want them to know you're seeing them, so they start panicking. They don't know where the drone is. That's when it's useful. At the start of the round, especially the prep phase. Like, imagine this, right? This is my favourite pre-placed? I don't know what that is. This is my favourite pre-placed drone in this room, right? You jump onto the like 4th shelf here. You jump onto the barricade. The barricade needs to be up for this, obviously. Go up the arch of the window, and then up onto this bit here. Then you can see the break room door through this gap here, and you can see a decent amount of the box, except you can't see the bandit, which is ironic, but anyway. This is my favourite pre-play spot. Imagine if this was here and you were red... let me just move the bandit slightly left so you can red ping him. Will he get ping there? Yes, he will. Imagine I was here and just red pinging this guy for no reason. Yes, this drone's tough to find, but imagine going to the lengths of getting this pre-placed drone in this area and you lose it because a teammate's just constantly pinging. Don't red ping. Don't go around the map like this. You get, no one's going to pat you on the back for red pinging someone. You're just doing the enemy a favour. Stop it. Okay, the next thing we're going to talk about is changing your sense. In my opinion, changing your sense is a bad thing. You want to keep your sense somewhere that you're happy with, but somewhere that you can learn. So if we're in this area here and you keep the same sense, ideally, the muscle memory is you're going to know over time the distance between, say, this point and this point. I mean, I'm not very good at it because I'm old, so that's my excuse. But you should know over time what a sort of, if you're at a doorway, like your muscle memory automatically takes you to the other side of the doorway. You shouldn't be going like this and then bringing it back, or you shouldn't be like going to there and then going a bit further. You should just know the distance between the doorways there. It's just something that you'll learn over time. By changing your sense, that distance changes every time you change your sense, obviously. So just by building up that familiarity and that muscle memory, it's going to make you a more consistent player, in my opinion. Another thing whilst we're talking about sense is stop going in, well, I mean, you can do what you want, obviously. I'm not here to tell you what you can and can't do, but I'm here to tell you that you will be better if you do certain things. Stop going into, like, big content creators' streams or going into pros' information on, like, Siege GG or Liquipedia and looking at what sense they play on and going, oh, what sense does Shaiko play on? I'll play on that. Sense is different for everyone. Because Shaiko's an absolutely insane player on, say, I don't know what Shaiko's sense is, but let's just say he plays 12-12. Just because Shaiko plays 12-12 doesn't mean you're going to be good on 12-12. Because Spoit plays 10-10, I don't know if Spoit plays 10-10, but let's just pretend he does. Because Spoit plays a certain sense doesn't mean that you're going to be good at that certain sense. Because I play super slow, and listen, I'm not good at that sense, but it doesn't mean it's going to be right for you either. I haven't really got a clip to discuss what I'm talking about here, so we're just walking about skyscraper shooting radios as we go around. And you know what? I'm having a really good time. Shoot the radio. Oh yeah, and the walkie-talkie, which is here as well. You need to get rid of that as well. It's quite awkward to get from that side. So yeah, when it comes to sense, find something that you're comfortable with. The console's slightly different, but for me on PC, I've seen people when they do like a swipe of the mouse mat, they do 2 360s. I don't know why that would ever be useful. When are you ever going to need to spin around more than once? So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to put my mouse right on the edge of my mouse mat. The very far left it's on now, and I'm going to move it to the very far right, and this is how far I turn. Oh, didn't mean to ADS then. From the very far left to the very far right is like 4/5, just more than 3/4 of a turn. If I go halfway from the mouse, and this is the way I work my sense out. If I go from halfway of my mouse mat to the very edge, I do roughly a 180, and then vice versa from the middle here round to the other side, again roughly a 180, give or take. So whenever I start a new FPS game, I set my sense, so when my mouse is in the middle of my mouse mat like it is now, and I do that to the edge, it's about 180. And I never need to spin 360. The most you're ever going to need to turn is 180, right? The most you're ever going to need to do is turn that way. If I'm here, I'm never going to need to turn to here because I'd just go this way instead. Does that make sense? But that's the way I look at it. Look, I'm an old man. I play slow. My sense is 400 DPI and 8.8. Like, I do a 180 with a big swipe in my mouse mat, but I don't think I need to do any more than that. If you're happy with a faster sense, go with a faster sense. But at the end of the day, what my point is keep the same sense. Don't have a bad game and go, oh, I'll tell you what, I need to play 10-10 instead of 8-8, or I need to play 14-14. I need to change my DPI. Find something that you're comfortable with and just stick to it, and you'll be a better player over time by learning that sense and learning the muscle memory that comes with it. And the final point we're going to talk about then is repositioning and giving up ground. And it's not a bad thing to give up ground as long as you've defended it for a certain amount of time or got something from that ground. So what we're going to do is we're going to talk about this area here on Cafe. We're going to look at mining room. See, we've got Lion outside here droning in. There's his drone. And we're over here in train. Okay, so bear in mind, I'm on the other PC whilst I'm trying to record what I'm trying to show you here. And it's not going to be easy to do, but just bear with me. Okay, so we're roaming around the bottom here. Let's just say they're attacking top floor. And the Lion here wants to drone out mining, train, and a bit of fireplace. Okay, we're roaming around here just trying to kill a few drones, trying to upset a few people, just take a bit of time off the clock. And we're out here in train, okay? The drone from Lion, I'm on the other PC now, so just bear with me. The drone from Lion comes round, and we see the drone here. Right? Let's just pretend I'm not going to shoot the drone because obviously we only get 2. So let's pretend we shoot the drone, we destroy the drone. Lion now has the information that I'm in train. Okay, you know, you want to be careful of the window as you come through fireplace because if he hops in, he's going to see you there. But Lion now knows that I'm in train, okay? What you don't want to do is shoot that drone. And you see this all the time in lower elo. And how I always say I don't want to be like... I don't want to be rude when I'm talking about lower elo. When I say, please don't do this. But people do this in lower elo. So they'll shoot the drone and they'll go, right, okay, well, that's that drone dead. And now they've got the information that you're in here, right? You need to give up this ground. Like, yes, you've defended it. You've taken a bit of gadgetry. A bit of utility. A bit of gadgetry? What have I said that for? A bit of utility away from the attacking team. They only get 2 of these each, and this is the best thing that they have in terms of utility. So you move on. So you can go through into fireplace, and you can move around the main corridor towards that window that you know he's at. Well, you should assume that that's where the drone come from. Or you can reposition to reading room, and you can just make it difficult again. Lion now knows you're in that corner, right, in train. So he might drone in again, and then he knows that you're not there when you're not there anymore. But then he's got another problem on his hands because now he's got to find out where you are again. And again, you take that position. You take that bit of utility from them. You don't just give up the position. Don't, you know, if you're in this area here and you get droned here and you don't destroy the drone and you're like, oh god, I'm gonna have to run away now. For me, I always want something for this area of the map before I give it up. So if it's a kill, like if Lion jumps in and I get the kill here, you know, just kill the Lion and you move away, you go, because the Lion then says, oh, I've died to a guy who's in train, you reposition to a different area of the map. Just bear in mind that once they know you're in like train, for example, the drone you hear, if someone's in reading, they're going to be pushing this area here. So as you're trying to get away, don't just sprint away. Just be aware of the angles that people are going to be coming at you from as you're trying to leave that area there. But just, the point is, and I don't think I particularly explained this very well, because I feel like I'm just going on a bit as usual. The point is, if you're roaming, and this only really counts for roaming, but you've got to make sure that you reposition after the attackers have information on you, but get something for that reposition. Yes, you're going to give up train, let them have train, but take that drone with you before you move on. Or if you're getting a kill, get that kill. If we're killing Lion, get the kill from the window here, and don't just sit here and go, right, I've got that kill, right, who's next? Who else wants this? Who else can we, what other angle can we get whilst we're in here? It's not going to work because people know that you're in here, so you've got to get that kill and move away. Don't hold on to that room for too long. Find another place to defend from again, and find another angle onto the area where you know they are, like this, for example, like you know he's outside the window. So go from fireplace round to here, get the angle on the window, hold something else, Just find something else to do. Don't stay in that same position, giving the information away free. So there we have it. There's 5 bad habits. If you stop those 5 things, I guarantee you'll become a better player and it'll help you rank up. Appreciate you watching. Appreciate you getting involved. And I'll catch you next time. Cheers.